And Mike, when you think about a Bulls defense over the past 12 years, how has he jumped out to you?
Schematically challenging. I mean, in every facet, fronts, coverages, pressure packages. His defense has always been extremely good against the run in moment situations. Having to go against him in 21 specifically in New York. That was one of the best run defenses I ever gone against. 20, I think they were number one in the league. 19 when we were in San Francisco, opening up with them. Just tough stuff on first and second down, and then you would think you'd get some relief on third down, and here comes all the pressure packages and different looks and different, multiple stuff that they do. So a lot of respect for what he does as a coach, a lot of respect for what he asks those players to do, and they do it at a high clip. So challenge cut out for us.
When you look back on film from the win over Seattle, what did you see in terms of the issues on third down for you guys? Was that them just being great defense, or what did you see that you need to improve on for Sunday night?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was there's a lot of things. There's things that we have done better, that self-inflicted type stuff in terms of just matchups and whatnot. And there's give some credit to them. There's a reason they're one of the best defenses. So they're coming up within the next month. I don't know exactly when, so we'll be able to dive back into that. I do know it's a Thursday night game. I'm sure you guys know the exact date. Again, I don't. I know about
18th.
There you go. I know about Todd this Sunday. That's about it in Tampa. So, again, we can fix some stuff. Credit to them on some stuff and some looks that they gave us. But we'll worry about that week.
Warren had a couple big performances. Warren had a couple big performances earlier in the year. Where have you seen most growth from?
Yeah, just the physical maturity of the guy, in terms of going into this third year. He was beat up that first year. And obviously that's noted. He wasn't healthy out there in the practice field. So not only all those reps that you can bank, he wasn't him. He wasn't up to his standard and the player that he can be. I thought last year he took some strides. Obviously got out there on the grass on Sundays, and then as he played this year, he just got better and better, whether it be on the practice field and again the experience that he's gained on Sundays. So have zero alarm in terms of him being out there, because he's played good football, and I know the other 10 guys on the field feel the same way.
Has there been any benefit for him in terms of just focusing on the right side?
Oh yeah, I believe so. It's what those guys do, up front when you have to go from right to left or from outside to inside. I mean, that's not easy. So for him to be able to just kind of stick on that right side with Alec being healthy, is a good thing.
Mike, are you up in the booth?
Yes.
So what's going through your mind as Kyron is breaking into the third level, which we haven't seen a lot in his career, but last game seemed like he was able to break
I think credit to all the guys on, credit to the right call at the right time by Sean, and credit to the guys executing, what were good looks right there. And then, we call it the scholarship player. There's always going to be a guy that's unblocked, and can you make a miss? And I thought Kyron did that at a high clip on Sunday, and I know you guys can kind of picture what I'm talking about. He was just kind of cross-courting and getting some of those plays. So whether it be that first run where he got 30, the short yardage where he ended up getting down to 1. So I thought he looked grounded. I thought he looked explosive. I thought he looked fresh. I think that's a credit to Ron in terms of the rotation that he's had with Blake. So there's a cumulative effect of this thing. This is a long season on top of the training camp. We've been all here since July, and here we are getting close to Thanksgiving. So for those guys to split up those reps, I think you're seeing the cumulative effects.
When you're in practices and meetings, what are the things you notice about the way that Rob has supported the importance of working this development?
Yeah, Rob is he's a stud. He's a dude. He's a dude out there on Sundays. He's as tough as they come. I've always had respect from afar. My brother, when he was here, Rob was obviously here, so I've always known about Rob. And then just behind the scenes, how he helps those guys. So kind of hard to explain in terms of what exactly goes on in those meetings. But he's a quiet guy by nature, but he's got a lot of information, and he's willing to share that information. So I know in his own way he's helped Warren. Sometimes just by his actions, right? Seen is better than said. And if you watch Rob, that's exactly what a right tackle should look like. And I know those guys take note.
Steve has been dominant since he's returned to action in the run game. KD has been dominant all year, just terrorizing defensive linemen. Can you talk to me about their importance along the offensive line and how important it is that the offensive line gels along this home stretch?
Say KD like Kevin Durant or Kevin Johnson?
Kevin Johnson.
We call him K-Dot, his own. But no, I mean, both those guys, it's a fair question because both those guys, I think, have, done some great stuff. Obviously, K-Dot has stayed healthy this whole year, and I still think his best football is ahead of him. He can be as good as he wants to be, and he is a joy to watch. I mean, you guys see some stuff in San Francisco and all that where he's, putting some guys on the ground. Obviously, there's been viral videos of stuff like that, but he just continues to get better, and he is authentically himself every day. He really enjoys it. And same with Steve. Steve obviously missed some time, and then be able to come back and again just ascend as a player in all the phases: protection, run game, all that. Again, they've had they've done a good job cohesively, working together, whether it be in combination or in protection. Again, a joy to be around those guys too.
Couple more guys.
Kevin Johnson is a guy that has found a new life here. And he's not the only player that's done that. Speaking for the organization, why do you feel guys thrive here on a second chance?
Yeah, I kind of answered a question like this, I think, a year ago. Just starts up top. Ownership, Sean, Les, just the whole vibe here. Vibe is a big deal. When you walk in those doors, you're excited to actually come into work and get better and prepare and do all the things and have camaraderie with the guys and have some, dialogue with the coaches, whether it be about football or not. There's just a great vibe, and it's not even, it extends past just coaches and players. Just anyone that's in this building that touches these guys, they're in it for the right reasons. So it's cool. And I think you see that with a guy like K-Dot. And again, Pittsburgh, pretty respected organization that's won a lot of football games. So it's nothing against them or by any means any other team. It's just sometimes a change of scenery. But a lot of times, to answer your question, you come in here and guys enjoy coming into work each and every day. One, improve as a person, and two, improve as a player. I think you're seeing that too. With Devontae? Yeah, I think he's kind of answered that for you guys, And again, I don't ask Devontae that stuff. I just see a guy that enjoys coming to work and chopping it up with all his teammates. It doesn't matter who it is. Devontae is talking. He knows every single guy. I don't know what they're talking about half the time. I don't really care. It's between players, but to your point, I can tell when he comes into those meetings, when he comes in the door, when he gets out to practice, Devontae's having a good time, and there's something to that again. When you're enjoying what you're doing, you got the right vibe. More times than not, it's going to work out for you. Particularly when you're a talented football player, there's got to be a baseline there, obviously. And we happen to have a lot of guys that have that baseline from it for sure. So again, it starts at the top. Got the right people on board. And
Has there been a specific moment where you saw him having fun? Maybe not just talking to people, but during practice or the moment where you saw him having that fun and it stood out to you?
Yeah, it's hard for me to compare it to anything. I wasn't there in Green Bay. I just know, I wasn't there in Las Vegas or anything like that, or New York with him in New York. So you just see it daily with him. Again, he chops it up with all these guys. It doesn't matter if it's the scout team D lineman or the specialist or whatnot. So again, just a guy that really enjoys coming to work and working on his craft and helping these other guys out, the young guys, too, to all of them. In terms of all the knowledge that he has up here.